new SPD, the Far Cry Mapmaker series. So in this series, like I said, I'd be covering tutorials on how to do various things. We already did our first random map play, which was really nice. Thanks Mighty for coming out for that. And we got a bunch of stuff for the next couple months for this game because the map maker is absolutely amazing. So I started this map and then I thought, I might as well just start a stream here because in this map, which I'm calling AoA Redneck Muddin', it's pretty much my first. It's definitely my first journey map. It's intended to, as you can see, it's intended to be a race, and we've got the little gate here that I've made. I've already started with my first road. I did my first ramp, land navigation ramp right there, and then I got more road. And I was just about to bend the road when I thought, might as well do the stream and show the guys how to do this because in our first tutorial map, which I remade the AoA Game Reserve, you guys didn't get to see much land manipulation besides for the waterfall, which making waterfalls is completely different from making like little jumps and little land masses and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to create a nice little race course for people to contend with. If anyone from Ubisoft is watching, you guys got to fix this shit. If you're asking me why the cars are so much separated, it's because if I put them any closer, the game won't validate. The game will say that the cars are clipping, which is complete horseshit, because none of them are clipping at all. But if I put any of these together, it's going to say, I'm going to look just to make sure I'm safe right now, because I don't know, I'm safe right now, but if I put these any closer together, it won't validate. So Ubisoft, fix your shit and allow me to put 4 cars in one little block, please. Fucking thank you. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bend this road around this and it's going to go down this way. So just to give you like my little vision, it's this road up and then down and then back up and then back down. Then I think we're going to do like a little circle, which is good. And then there's going to be a massive ramp that leads up. And we're going to go up really high. And then there's going to be another massive ramp on top of that. And then there's going to be another, like over here, so there's going to be like another high cliff. He's going to jump the ramp and land on that cliff. I'll make the cliff wide enough so there's no chance of failing. And then what'll happen is there'll be a ramp coming down back to ground level. He'll go through here again. He'll navigate the various bases of the various cliffs. Come around, come back up here, and then finally go back down here, and the finisher point will be somewhere like right here. So that is the plan. But first we gotta wrap this road. So, go to terrain, go to roads, and you see, you only got 8 slots to choose roads. And you can't break points. So in the other game, you could break points. But in this game, you can't. So what I mean by it is when you have 1 slot, this is 1 road. You have the ability to make 8 roads. You can't make any more than that. Now you can make them as long as you want, and you can curve them, and you can switch them. But if you want different separate roads, you can only have 8. Which is another thing that I'm semi-triggered about Ubisoft. Get your shit right. I want to be able to have 50 roads on my map that are separate. You sons of bitches. So as you can see, what I'm doing right now is I'm stretching my, I don't want that steep of a turnaround. I want a turn. Now you can see that right there. I'm stretching my road until there's like another point. Try and make everything as, I like the way that road bends right there. I want a little more bend. There we go, that's what I want. So now you see we've bent the road here. And don't worry about straightness a little bit, because this is a mudding course. Nothing's ever purely straight. So what I'm going to do is we're going to stop right here, and we're going to do a little bit of fencing, because I want to fence in this whole square so that people get the idea. I mean, because what's going to be hard is people actually just choosing to go to just go to the exit. So I got to block that whole thing off. And I don't know how I'm going to block in between the lanes of the actual racetrack, stop you from going inside the lanes. Yeah, see, I broke right through that fence. Yeah, that was good. Alright. So right now the plan is just to, oh fuck, I didn't set that road right. Why is it fading out when it gets over here? I don't get that. Oh well. Yeah, we do want to do the gate here. Like I said, I don't know how much they're gonna give a shit. You know, but... And here's the thing about this game, too. Fence building is a pain in my ass. It never looks pure. Ever. Like right there, I know that's fucked up. I know when I put that in, that's fucked up. But that's, I think, is literally the best you're gonna ever get. I don't think you're gonna get any better than that. I really highly doubt it. So, just, well, make sure you use your lock camera feature. That has been so helpful. Trying to see the... I was pretty God I wasn't wrong with... The shitty thing, I think I did right. I'm happy with myself. The shitty thing about this whole thing no offense. Why do I want to rotate? Oops. God, this map is annoying the shit out of me right now with this fencing. You see, Ubisoft, you just couldn't give me the fencing I wanted, so you had to give me bullshit fencing. Why won't you just paste? Perfect. Lock the camera. I don't know, so you see we're almost done with our fencing. It's very important because we gotta figure out how to keep the, alright, so, we got is our part of our fence built up. We're obviously going to have to build over this end, but we'll do that, Actually, we could probably end up doing that now because I don't think it's going to be. I mean, we don't have to pay for that because the end's going this way. So I'm just going to mark out of bounds this way, and if they go out, they go out. And don't worry, I'm moving all this shit. I just want some of that there. So now we've blocked off the exits. Now we also, the reason I did that before, everything was because now so we have a border. Like none of the features of the track can come in here. That's why also you see it stops here. So we're going to turn our road yet again. And what we'll do is we're going to go back to roads, terrain, road. I believe it's the second one. You see what we're going to do is we are going to turn it again. And so with this road, I've given a much more space to my other road, and that's because I want, this is going to be all one single road coming up here. Because I really want to test my users and give them a little like dodgy track they gotta roll. We'll put one or two hills in here in a minute here. Show you guys how to do some hillage. Mm. So I guess I'm a little drowsy. It's a little early this morning. I got up super early, didn't get much sleep, and I still haven't eaten breakfast, so a little messed up. But I think our map is going pretty well. You can start to see it come together now with the tracks. Let's test out these roads. I want to see if the turns are too sharp. You know, I just want to have like a tester car right here. You know, so like I tested my hill already, my little hill, my little jump, and it works really well. You don't want it to be perfect because, well, in some maps you may want them to be perfect, but in this I don't want them to be perfect because it's supposed to be Hick, you know, so Hicks don't have perfect, you know what I mean, Hicks don't have perfect ramps. So I know this is playing right now, but what here is going to be is there's going to be like obstacle courses. I'm going to have objects in the way, explosives, that stuff like that, so... I mean, it was quite turny, but I was able to make most of those turns, so I think we're good. And in the middle of between these ramparts and shit, I'll have like cool little, like I put this here. I'm gonna do similar things. Like all here is gonna actually be like a water trail. I think that's gonna be here is the water trail. What I want to do here is make this like a hay barn. Alright. So you can see we curved our road. We've got now you see we've got our bar. I'll put some hay in here. That looks pretty nice. I like how it's like a tunnel like that. So you're asking me what I'm doing with this part. Well, mudding a lot of times has little shallow riverbeds, and that's what we're going to make right here. We're going to make a little shallow riverbed. And I want to use a tool that I didn't use too much during my game reserve map, and that's going to be the raise and lower land tool. Now, raise and lower land is good for stuff like this when you want a certain dedicated, and also we're going to go square because remember this doesn't have to be natural looking because we know it's man-made. That's not the confusing part. Sorry. So we're going to go raise lower, and we're just going to see how much we're at settings for height, for radius, which the radius is fine. I don't think I'm going to put the radius up anymore. And then hardness 30 and distortion 5. So let's see what that does. Oh, it's a little too deep. Alright, let's backtrack. A little too deep. So let's say hardness, bring that down to, so let's cut that in half, 15, cut the height down to 2. Now that is more of what I want, but I don't know if that's going to get our truck stuck. So I guess the only thing we can do is pave the road. and we'll see what happens. Ah, shit. I raised it. Son of a bitch. Oh, well, you see, these are really good bumps. Making bumps like this, really, really good. Actually, I may use this for the bump feature. I was looking for like a bumpy one. I may use that. Damn. Undo, undo. And so now you see we're on the lower edge. And you want to keep real straight with this, so. It's hard to really stay on the road. It's really hard to see the road. But you have to stay on it. If you don't stay on it, everything is fucked up. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a little bumpy. The only thing that worries me is the truck has to go through it. So what I want to do is actually make a ramp too. So we're going to go ramp here. It won't be a big one. It'll be a small one. Yeah. And then bam, the car will raise up. All we gotta do is just smooth out this little edge right here. And smooth this out. And that car should rise right up, so we'll have to see if that's the truth. But first, we have to put the thing in there that I want to put in there, which is water. See, I don't think that's going to get validated because they're really picky with the water being right on the surface. Oh, it did get validated. Holy shit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because I do actually plan on making an underground portion of this, you want to be really careful with, alright, so now we're going to go back to custom lake property. Now I want to look over here, please. That's not what I'm gonna do. Is I'm going to move our truck, our testing truck. When you're making a racing map like this, you always want to have a testing truck nearby. See if we can navigate that water. The thing you want to do is you want to make sure they actually navigate it. Alright, so I think we're a little too deep. I think the whole lake bed's just a little too deep. That really sucks. That means we gotta redo the whole fucking thing. Or we can just bump it up there, I guess. Actually, let's use the... Yeah. So we just want a 1-point bump, real light. Just something so that, you know, we don't fucking... Oh, see, that's too much now. Let's see if that helps our chariot of death. Well, that was fucking fun. Now we have to do that again just to make sure that that wasn't a lucky shot. Do it a couple times. Because if he gets stuck in one place, the race is over for them, you know, and it kind of sucks. And I didn't get a map like get a downvote on any kind of race map. Alright. So. See that text here. Alright, so you see we got our land, or river here. I like it a lot. We're going to try one more time. But this time we're actually going to change the properties of the lake again. So we want something real dirty. Red light looks fat, looks nice. Now, you know, I think the red dark was the best. That kind of looks muddy, so let's go with that. Again, I don't have any idea how I'm going to keep people from actually staying on track. I could, you know, really to sketch the map borders out, and they'd probably have 2 seconds to stay within the map. But I don't think that'd be enough for most people. 5 seconds, so that'd be the respawn time, and I don't even know if I can change that. Let's test her out. So our waterfall, our mud area is now done. And so what we're going to do is we're going to continue up here. And this is going to be start to be really bumpy area. We're going to have bumps and jumps through the hay barrels. So we're going to have a tractor here too. I didn't put like a tractor here. Bunch of bumps. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the flat and lower tool, and what we're also going to do is we're going to take our test truck since we've completed the waterfall test, or the mud area test, we know it's good. We're going to take our truck, and we've already done these turns. I know these turns are alright. So we're going to take our truck, and we are going to test out the bumps and curves. So what we'll do is we'll put one here, so people don't have time to build up speed through the bar. Terrain tools, raise mower. So what we're going to do is create little bumps, and I think I like that one. And you don't have to be too cautious of these. Remember, they're like sand piles. And we're going to flatten these down anyway. So as long as you get the basic shape, and you see I've already gotten, oh, there you go. You see I've got the basic shape for the dune right there. So you want to make dunes like that. And we're gonna cut this down a lot. So I'll show you right now though. Who cares? I'll show you right now. Let's put that up to 2. And you see already it's starting to come together. It's starting to become an actual dune. And now we're gonna trim the sides. I think we're actually gonna also, I don't think I need to do that. We'll see. So as you can see, you see the dune starting to take shape now. We've got rid of those couple spikes up there that were making it look really weird. And now we're working on the back here. To get everything here straightened and put into line. So now what we need to do is crease the sides again, just so we can get a more flat top. And I think right there is a perfectly good dune for our truck to go through. So, right, these are not supposed to be jumps. They're supposed to be like pothole or little potholes. And see, I don't know why the car does that. It's just fucking this game here. And again, I remember, while some maps you may want perfect, some racing maps, this is supposed to be like official racing, this is redneck mutton. Redneck mutton's not perfect. So, yeah, you see that? That was much more like a dune than a jump. Didn't get barely any air. I think I want to lower that even more. I don't think that was loaded enough. That just surprised me. So we're going to lower this some more. I'm going to use the smooth tool. I'm going to lower this some more because that was too, I don't think that was even too big of a jump. So right here, this is a really good way to, and I think that's going to be finally good. This is a really good way to create your dunes. As you've seen, you know, we took the raised land tool or raised land tool, and then we used the smooth tool to make our dunes. And what we'll do is I'll make 3 or 4 of these, and give them a nice little bumpy ride. And then they're gonna turn, and then we'll figure out the next obstacle there. We may do some more bumps, and we'll probably do bumps and jumps, and stuff like that. So I want to do another one right here. So we'll switch over to the raise lower tool again, because that really helped us out the first time. And we're going to hit over here. Maybe a little bit more over here. Again, you know, don't feel obligated to you know, don't be reserved here, because anything you do here we can just flush out. You know, you can fix anything with these land tools. Alright, so I think that is ready. Now let's just look at the difference so you guys can see. This is an unfinished or unrefined bump, and this is a perfect bump. So just to give you guys kind of like a 2v1 shot there. So now we'll just go over to smooth, and we'll start smoothing out the edges first. So we're going to decrease the size of our thing to 2. You always want to get the edges first because it makes it look better. So that's what we're doing right now. We're grabbing the edges. Alright. Well, my Call of Duty update was done. That's because today's a DLC. Unfortunately, I'm not buying that DLC. So now you can see we have the base shape for our thing pretty much since we're at now. We're going to increase our... Actually, I want to do up here a little bit, because you see there's some slight bruising. Some slight protrusions. Right here too. Bam. Fix that right up. So now you can see this is like a medium stage bump. The sides are flat, edges are flat. Oh, we got missed a little piece right there. It's just the top that's still a little bit messed up, and then you can see the perfect bump. And what we're doing is we're going to increase the size back to 4. I'm holding for a little longer than we did before because I don't think the other one was right. And I want to increase this over here. I want to increase that right there. And now you can see the bumps are practically identical. Now let's go test out our second bump with the car. This time the car worked. That's really good. I like that. Those are really good bumps. We're going to put a bump right at the end of this road, and then we're going to curve it. So that's the arcane editor here. And I don't know if this is as high. Yeah, this is high. So what we'll do is we're gonna curve our road again. And this is gonna be the last curve before we start our big hike up the big mountain. Because I really want to do that, and I want to have a jump that's like really fucking cool. So you'll see what I mean when we get there. But this will be the last long stretch before the mountainous area that I'm going to build. And then we are going to do a lot of land navigation when it comes to that area. A lot of land navigation, I promise you this. So what we're going to do is you see a couple things right here. Alrighty. We're going to curve the land again, or curve the road, sorry, my bad. And just try to remember what roads you're on. The game really doesn't tell you unless you click R2, which is stupid. But hey, it's their fucking game. So what I want to do is definitely make that. I want to extenuate this corner because we're going to have the jump right at that edge, and I want to see if they can make that turn. And it's going to be worse because I'm going to extenuate this corner here. And then I'm going to extenuate this corner as well. I'm just going to go right into here. And what we'll do is we'll also extenuate this corner inward. That's going to be a bitch. That is going to be a one bitch to navigate. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop right about here. No, we'll make it a little farther. We'll stop right about here. No, we may end up stopping a little less because I got to build the mountain, or at least the ramp to the mountain, so we may stop a little less. Let's add in our third bump. Which is going to be starting right here. Which means they're going to have to really haul ass. They're going to fly too, at least a little bit, so I guess I got to push this up a bit here. Not too much, not too much. So we're just going to do the same thing as we did before. Terrain tools, raise lower. We're going to we'll put it right here for our boys. So we'll just lay it right on the cross point here. We're going to raise the land. I just want to thank everyone while we're doing this. I want to thank everyone who attended my stream last night for my 1 hour map challenge. I decided to do a map hour really, really late. You know, tired as shit. I was on the road for 10 hours that day, and I wanted to see if I could make a map like an hour, even in that condition. So the map only has 1.5 stars right now. But, you know, I made it at like 1 a.m. in the fucking morning, and I made it under an hour. So it's definitely a challenge. I think we should get trending. So alright, so now you see our bump, basic bump. And so lower down the sides down 2 again. Start flattening out the sides. And don't worry, once you start used to the tool, you get used to, I hold it and you don't see me breaking it off, you just see me flattening. Once you get used to it, you can pretty much call, just use it on instinct and tell how it's going to work out. Damn it. Oops. So we're going to continue flattening. So what we have here is, this is actually going to turn out probably be a little bit bigger than the others, because I think I made it a little bit bigger. We're just going to lower down again, and this time we're going to smooth out these areas right here. Actually, may end up increasing the size with moving the reticle. Alright. So we got our first row, which is going to be a standard obstacle course with the first jump to keep people happy. And then this next row is going to be bumps, and we're going to have a lot of jumps here. This is going to be a jumpy jump road. The guys love jumps, so we're going to put a bunch in. So I'm going to show you actually how to make a ramp this time. This is going to be a real ramp. And so what we're going to do is we are going to use the raise lower feature again. This time it will be a square, and we're going to have it up to about, the radius will still be at around 3, but then we're going to have the height at probably 4. See what 5 gives us. Oh yeah, 5 is what I want. So you see we got our square there. We're going to do a couple. No, that was too close. So you see one, first ramp, the second ramp, the third ramp, and then we're going to have the fourth ramp right here. And so what you do is you go to the ramp tool. Now, you need to have an elevated surface for the ramp tool to work. So I actually don't know if we actually made these high enough, because they don't look that high enough. They don't look as high as my other ramp, which is that right there, which is perfect. So we'll see how they work out. So I'm going to give them. Hey, what's up, buddy? We are here again, and I'm working on my AoA Redneck Mud map. My first journey race map. It's going to be really fun. I'm showing everyone how to do like ramps and roads and land navigation today. And so what we got here is just to show you so far is we've got our starting entrance. These are just objects that I'm putting into the world as we go along. You know, here you got our first jump. There's going to be some objects here that they have to dodge. You know, drift around the tower, go through, and now we have the mudden area, mud and water. Come through again, you get some twisted curves and turns, and we'll go through the barn tunnel. We'll come up to a couple bumps, and then we go up to these ramps right here, which is what I'm working on right now, short one. So everyone, once you finally get your ramp done, that looks like really artificial. You know, they all look artificial, and you gotta change that. And how you do that is with the smooth tool. Very low setting, put it on a 2 or a 1. I would advise a 2. Lower your speed probably down to 15. Hardest could be 25. And so you see like that perfect fucking straight angle. We can't have that because that's not how it looks in real life. They don't look fucking perfect. So you only want to press it. Don't hold this time. I know I was holding on the bumps, but those are bumps. You do not want to hold on ramps. Because what will happen is you'll lose your width of your ramp if you hold. So now you can see that it looks a little bit better than just perfect straightness. Now it actually looks more like a ramp. And what we'll be doing is we'll be changing the color to this so it actually looks more like a ramp. And so we're back here to our... I didn't do this first one, did I? Which one did I do first? Alright, so you can see, look this side and that side. This side, that side. This side looks like granite. That side looks like a dirt. So, you're going to want to do this to every one of your ramps. And just be super careful you don't cut that width. Because, you know, these are big, this is big trucks. We got to see if this ramp is even wide enough. I don't think it is. So I held on to that one a little bit longer because you could see. So you see how I lost a lot of my ramp there, a little bit there. So you want to just be really careful not to lose too much because then you're screwed. And so we're almost done, then we're going to color these bitches. And it's going to look super nice. So again, I want to thank everyone who stuck by me during that stream last night, where it's pretty much just me tired out my ass making this really shitty zombies map. Still would delete it if you guys want to go play it, feel free. Well, I definitely don't put my standard on it. The side. So now you can really see now that they look more like ramps and not just platforms that magically run on the dirt. Someone had to build these. That's exactly the feeling we want. So right now we're going to go to palette. Switch over to my Alpine Forest thing. We're going to give it a nice color. So again, you'll want to get rid of like the light pale brown and the road because those are both different shades of mud. You want a lot of brown colors, heavy browns, dark reds, or brownish reds rather. You know, just stuff for used to. Actually, I can see this one compared to like this one is pretty good, right? So. So these are our first two ramps colored in, as you see. On, we gotta do some of that. I need something to eat. I think we'll take a short recess here in a minute once I'm done with these ramps. Just ready to go have a quick bite to eat. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 nice little ramps, and trying to think of what colors I'm going to use. That's why I'm pausing, because I want to use another meat brown, but not on the ramps. Alrighty, so we have our ramps colored and created. Let's see if they're worthy to ride now. And that is how you make 4 lovely, beautiful individual ramps. I thought the spacing was really nice. I like that a lot. You gotta be worried about spacing sometimes, because if you get too close, they won't be able to jump properly from next one to next one, but the spacing was practically perfect. Well, I think we're gonna take 5 minutes from the stream, just so I can go and freshen up a little bit. We'll be right back with the stream. Hey, well, we're back. Alrighty. So we just finished our ramps, and I like the track so far. I haven't put any of the obstacles in that I'm going to put in. Those I'm going to put in last, because when you ever make a racetrack, you want to get your track set up first, your basic structures like this, because this is an obstacle, the basic structure. That's a basic structure. And you want to get the road and the basic structures up first before anything happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue with our road here again. And as you can see, I don't really need, especially with a racetrack that's like swirls back and forth like this. I actually don't even think I could have needed that second road. I think I could have done it all in one road. So what we'll do is we're going to go over here. And then we're going to, this is the hard part, because I'm going to put the map out of bounds. So what we'll do is I'm going to put the map out of bounds right here. So this little area will be out of bounds. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do that, but we'll figure it out. And, maybe we won't, but I still want my circle. We'll figure that out later. So what I'll do is, you can see, I want to start a circle pattern, because now we're going to start getting some elevation. And so, now we're going to hit, and now we're going to start, we're going to make one more point, and now we're going to start our ramp up to here. We're going to be on a little higher plane, and then we're going to do a cool little bridge jump, and I think that'll be really, really badass. So, but let's turn the corner a little bit more. I don't like how it's so circly there. I want it turned up a bit. So, no, I don't want that. Definitely don't want that. That's what I want. More of that. And then we're gonna go like almost a complete circle here, and I want the circle being maintained. I don't want. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna make a. I had wanted to do it right here, start right here, build the ramp up here, and turn me still that. But I'm thinking now that it could be funner just to turn the ramp right here. Alright, so what we want to do, I think I'm going to do that because I think that could be more fun. We're going to go to terrain tools. We're going to do, I don't know exactly how I'm going to build this cliff. I want to say I'm going to use the raise and lower tool on the square setting again. So this time I want to bring the height up really high. I want to test it, see how high I want. I don't want too high of a cliff. Yeah, it's nowhere near high enough. I think we're going to push this to max because I want double that at least. Let's try 26. From like the ground view, is 26 good? Yeah, 26 is good. Okay, we're gonna stay at 26. I think even shorter than that might be okay. So let's go to 25. Let me see what 25 looks like. Yeah, I think 25 is pretty good. All right, so we're gonna back, and then we're gonna make our square much bigger. And the hardness is gonna be all the way at 100, so we have a full square of land. Perfect. So now you see that we have indeed a full square. And what we're going to do is we're going to chip and carve at this square. We're going to make a ramp. We're going to turn this into a bumpy structure. To tell you the truth though, I think we might go with circle. Because circle, for these cliffside things, circle is much easier. But for the landing base, we're definitely going to use a square, because we don't want the person falling off and they have to restart the whole damn track if they messed up one time. But yeah, let's go with a circle. And see, that's a bit smaller too. And so what we got right here is our circle base, which is where I'm going to begin the cliff. And so what we're going to do here is the person's going to have to make quite a sharp fucking turn. I think I may increase the road size again. because, or increase the turn around that road, because if that works out, they won't have too sharp of a turn, but it'll still be challenging. So what we're going to do is get the ramp tool out again. And I think we'll set it for 3. Bam. And then here's the thing with the ramp tool. If you put it here, those trucks are going to come up. You have to put it like probably, I don't know, it's going to depend on your angle too. So I'm imagining this being farther out. So I think we're going to put it right here. Bam. And as you see, we're still going to have to do some smoothing. We're going to have to do everything around here. And we still got to make sure that I think that might even be too steep for the car. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to move the car. Where, oh where has my little car gone? There you are. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the car right over here. So as you can see, our corner is actually, that would have you crashing into the fucking thing, so our road. So what we're going to do is what I said in the first place. We're going to go terrain, roads. Oh shit. You see how I fucked up there? I selected the first road and fucked up. That's my bad. Undo. Second road. Okay, so they'll remove that point. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this point and we're going to swivel all the way around now. Now you see. So, and again, I don't know exactly. So now you see that we have to, you see what I mean when I say we have to turn the whole road over, because now it's getting to the point where it was simply just not enough. This has to be more inclined. So does this. We're not wide enough around the road. And I'm gonna put something here, something nice to help. And I think we should have a little more wideness here too. So there has to be something here to block people from going, because I want people to go around. I don't want people to follow my course. I want them to follow my course. I don't want them not to follow my course. And so then you take the final checkpoint, you put it right there at the base. So, now you have to test if the car can actually make it up that ramp. You see how it took a long time to load there? Watch this. See, I don't know why it does that. It's like if you're up in the air, and the Mapmaker, a little hint for creators, sometimes it takes forever to get your map generated. So now we're going to go to we're going to go to that mountain and see if we can make it. Okay, so we have no problems making it up the cliff. And the cliff is wide enough for, that's the thing I have to worry about too, because I remember that people are going to, people are going to try and make it. So what we did was pretty simple. We're going to fly down, we're trying to just make sure. We got up there, we didn't travel far enough so that, oh yeah, that's exactly the height I wanted to. I'm really happy with that height. So again, I want to see. Yeah, so that is actually barely enough to. I held on the brake for a second. That's barely enough to do it, but that's what I want. I want people to get tricked up on this map. You remember at the same time, you want people to be able to have fun on your map, but you don't want it to be weak or not challenging, because if it's not, then no one's going to have fun. So now we got to road that whole thing. And what I'm doing is I'm making a bridge from here to here, and then there's going to be a wind up, a longer hill, a very longer hill, which is going to go over here, and then there's going to be a jump from this square to this square, and then they'll come back down this way, and there'll be like an underground section. They'll pop back up here, and then there's going to be like the finish line. There's going to be all these fireworks and crazy shit. And I think it's all in the map. At least for the racetrack portion. So let's get to it. So again, don't use the smooth tool that much on this area, like things like this, because you really don't want to fuck anything up. Slight taps all on the bottom. So we want that rather than this. That just looks fucking weird. So now it actually looks like a fucking. And we'll get to the circle in a second. I shouldn't start the circle now. I'll show you guys that in a minute here. Let's smooth out the base. Don't smooth out the base too much because you don't want the base going flat, like a 90-degree angle flat, and then your car just smashes into it instead of just curving upward like that. You don't want to curve your base too much. Yeah, just sit over here and next then we're gonna go over here and fuck with our. This you can hold a bit. It's not that important because this ain't the jump platform. This is just a bridge platform. So as long as they have enough space to get up the ramp and have their truck come out fine, that's all we care about. Someone put something on top of this. I don't know what yet, but it's dying for something. Maybe like a radio antenna. Alright, so now we're going to create our bridge, and we have to find, a suitable bridge. So, you have bridges like this. Remember, this is a hick map. They're not supposed to be nice bridges, and these are all nice bridges. I don't want nice bridges. I want a hick bridge. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. That seems hick enough to me. Oh, this seems much more hick. Actually, I think this is the hickest I've seen. Bridge, rail, middle track. I think the car would fit through that. So I think we're gonna do the bridge, rail, middle track. I like that a lot. That's a nice bridge for us to use. And so yeah, we're gonna do a couple bridge jumps. So let me do one or two more of I like doing the bridge things because they're really fun to make. And to be honest, they're pretty simple too. They're not insanely complicated to make here. So we got our first bridge, and I just want to check validation to make sure that we're not Okay, so they do have a problem with our water. which I'm not surprised. We may have to come back and deal with this. We will deal with the water situation later, but so far our bridge is fine. Let's see here. Now, we're going to go do a couple smaller hills because we needed a big one for the first one because you need an area for your truck to get up. And now since the truck is up, it's going to be all depending on the plant that it'll fall off. So to now take that and extend it. So this purple line is where my underground map's going to start. So I'm trying. This is why I always use grid. It helps you out when you're trying to build multi-land structures like this. Really, really important. So we're going to go back to our terrain tool, which is the raise and lower. And it's already set in our settings. But now we're going to decrease the radius. So don't fuck with the height. You definitely don't want to fuck with the height. But increase the radius. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And as you start to see here, it's raising the land as I go. So you're going to have to navigate this swirly spiral of bullshit. And I think that's where we're going to make our big, massive jump. And we'll see if it, see they got a nice little stretch here of land will turn, and they'll make their big jump here. I think we'll have the ramp come up here. Yeah, so we're going to do our ramp now. Because I want to do my ramp before I smooth the sides of this because I want to see how it'll look. And I'm really happy about this. This map has turned out really nice. Yeah, I forgot what tool that was for a second. Yeah, don't be mad if you guys are like, forgetting where the tools are or having trouble finding shit. It takes a while to adapt to a Mapmaker. And, I'm still adapting from, oh shit, that's right, this has to be a higher surface than that. I made a slight error. So what I'm going to have to do is go back to raise and lower. I actually did make a slight error there, which I'm not happy about. I forgot to elevate the land here to make the ramp. So what we're going to have to do is elevate this land again. And see, no bitchy problem. Pretty much did it pretty well. And now we can go ahead and do our ramp. Now with this ramp, what I want to do, and I'll show you guys here's what I'm going to do, is decrease the size. I want to try this. And we're going to put it, canceling the ramp, put that there. And then you're going to put this here. And now what we'll do, if the truck is actually able to come up here, because I put it on near the edge, because I don't think I have a little idea for what I want to put here, but I think when the truck turns, it's going to be easier just to roll right up the thing. And so we're going to test our newfound theory here with our testing truck. And now we're going to go 300%. I don't know what. Our testing truck just like jumped off the map, and I have no idea why. God damn it. See, like, that's on top. I don't want to have shit like that. That doesn't look nice. So as you can see, the player does not have much room. So he's going to have to be real careful. And here's the thing. You also got to make sure he's able to build up speed. That's why the corners aren't really too bad. But that last one really is. That last one I think needs to probably be a little bit wider. Now I rent that car so I can see exactly how much distance I got, and we didn't get much distance, and that car was destroyed. So, what I want to do is I definitely want to increase, the jump ain't going to be that massive. Because we got it right here. And put the cursor down. Jump wasn't that big. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in right here. And we'll be able to smooth all this whole shit out, so you don't got to worry about that little crack we left behind. We're going to smooth all this shit together. So that way this turn right here is going to be really wide, and it's just so that the, we'll lower all this shit right here. So you already worked on lowering it. Take a couple seconds to just quickly lower your shit. And like I said, we're going to smooth all this shit out, so. So what I'm going to do in my little spiky mountains here is I'm going to use the smooth tool to a massive effect. So we're going to push up the speed, probably up to 50 here. We're going to be very careful because we don't want to, again, when you're using the smooth, it takes the majority of the other terrain around you and equals it to there. So what we're going to do is we're also going to bring the hardness all the way up. And we're going to try one hit. I don't see it. 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits. I think it's not working. Yes, so it's not working as well as I'd hoped. We pretty much just destroyed my fucking track right there. So let's do it as best and just start undoing all the damage I've caused, including all those mountains. Now we have our regular track back, but I still think the that's going to be a hard turn. Let's give it a few more test tries and see if we're able to do it. Oh, and don't worry about this. I know some of you guys are like, you forgot the track. No, I didn't. Buddies, this ain't that hard of a fix. Bam. Bam, remember this is hick. This don't have to be nice. It's hick. Bam. Get 3 ways right there. And let's try this jump one more time. So I don't think the first two, I'm gonna try and go as fast as I can without stopping. Yeah, so I went too fast, and obviously, we died there. So our solution, which is to cut this and make the ramp wider, so like put it right here and then push it right here. But I can't do that because I want to have the landing here, circle it around here, and then start to go underneath the ground, and then come back up when he's ready, and then have his parade to the finish line. But so we can't move the position of this. However, what I am going to do is shit, my bad. I'm gonna reposition the ramp, not the mountain, just the ramp. So we had it here, and then I put it like right here, which is a mistake. So we're gonna put it like right there. Now we'll have to see if that's okay, because that's more in the middle. So when the truck turns, hopefully it'll be fixed. And unfortunately, that undoing all that shit did redo our shit here. So let's fix this again. Again, it does not have to be perfect. This is a hick map. So as you can see, for some reason, sometimes Far Cry just does that shit. I don't get why. So now we're going to try as fast as we can and see if we make it this time. Alright, I was nowhere near as bad that time. Let's retry. I think if I wasn't scrubbing up, I could have been able to make that. So, again, that's something you should consider when making your, I love how I did that and it turns it bucket sideways on me. Unfortunately, you can also see the pitch here in the map, which kind of sucks, but hopefully players won't be paying attention to that. So we're going here. I think if I wasn't, I think I just scrubbed that up there. Yeah, you see? It's not even a jump, it's a free-for-all. There's not enough, the ramp is too high. God damn it, people. The ramp is too high. The ramp was good until it got too high. So it really should stop probably right here, which is probably 50, maybe 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up that really sucked, because I have to fix all that car shit again. But it was worth it because we got what we needed. We got the information we need to know. You want, when you're making land objects, you want your land objects to be perfect. because if they're not, people are going to call you out and your map's not going to get a good rate. So you want your land objects to be perfect, and you want this to be the same size, but just not as fucking high. So let's try 15. Because we're already 25. So I think 15 is going to work. Now we're trying making a ramp on 15, and we'll see how that works. I actually think it's going to work pretty great. I have a lot of confidence. So let's do one size smaller, I think. And then bam. Oh, that's the smooth tool, not the ramp tool, please. Bam. And then we'll do it right here in the middle like we had before, because it seems easiest for everyone. Bam. And we'll see how easy this ramp is to get up. So now we're also going to go and refix our car again for the third time, because, you know, that's just how we're rolling today. Then we're going to move our tester car. Drop to ground. Now we're going to test our map. So for some reason, it just exploded. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So we're going to go, and you can see it's obviously way shorter this time. You can really tell it's shorter, and I think we're going to be able to keep some of our speed going up here and actually make a realistic jump. I was able to keep a lot of my speed. We're also going to stop here and save, because if you don't save, you know, you're going to regret it. So I just saved all that progress we did. All this progress, we saved. So, I still think that's a bit too high. But I think what I'll do instead of doing that is we're going to just smooth it down a bit. Because I don't want to have to go through remaking that whole shit again. And we can really just smooth it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start smoothing our ramp. Go over to the smooth tool. Now you'll want to be extremely careful and take your time, because you can easily fuck up a great ramp. And if you fuck up the ramp, like see right there, look, I'm edging it out, but you have to be extremely, extremely careful when you're edging out a ramp like this, because you can very easily fuck it up. I don't recommend doing what I'm doing right now and holding down the button. I'm more experienced, so I have knowledge of how the smooth tool works. So if you guys feel a little more comfortable, you can go a little faster. But if you're definitely a newer map maker, do not hold down the button. Just trust me. And again, when you get down to like the bridge part, don't fuck with the bridge part. Like I already fucked with it a little bit, and that kind of triggers me. You want to do, yeah, see that right there? I fucked with the bridge part too much, and it got all fucked up. So, I am gonna fuck with the bridge part, but if this bridge was fine, I'd show you guys here. Like, this would be the absolute most you did on that part right there. You wouldn't touch it any more than that. Any more than that. You can do the sides, but the front of the ramp, you never want to fuck with it. So I feel more comfortable. I'm gonna do the sides here real fast. And you're starting to see, right? You're starting to see how it folds up and oh shit, that was even a bit too cautious for me. Actually, believe it or not, smoothing the map out like this also makes it look a little bit more realistic too. At least in my opinion, I think it does. So what you're going to want to do is you want to be very careful with this next step. You want to bring the speed down, release down 25, and actually I'd bring it down to probably 15. Increase the sit radius a couple to like 2s, and you're going to try. So what you want to do is you want to keep your map, but also you want at the same time you want it to look realistic. So what you're going to do is, you see how the side looks folded into the mountainside right like this? We're going to do it right now together. And now that actually looks a lot more like a ramp, and this little spike here, we can get rid of that easily. But see what I did actually with that little spike? I wore out the ground right here just a bit too much, right where that black center dot is. So now you can see that the jump has been more deliberated. Now, we're going to save here, just in case, because I like the way that looks. But now I said we're going to cut it down, so we are going to cut down the jump height. And so how you do that is just by over smoothing, pretty much. Terrain tools, terrain tools, and then smooth. You're going to want to be real super careful and just smooth it out. So I wouldn't put it past. Actually, I think 2 is a bit big. I'm going to put it at 2, but I would definitely want to keep the speed up to probably 30. And then you're going to want to just reduce it all down. Reduce it all down. See, now we're over smoothing. Now, if you were trying to build a standard ramp, this would be fucking, like, horrible. You should never do this shit. Bring the circle down as you smooth, because remember, it smooths to, your plane. So if all the area in your circles, if most of it is high, it's going to bring your area up higher. But if most of it's low, it's going to bring your area lower. So that's why you smooth going downwards, because it helps bring the area more lower. And you can see right here that now this right side is definitely lower than this left side that I haven't started on yet. The shape's no longer there. We got some kind of like wicked ass arrow going, but the shape can be redefined. So you want to take it down, and you see how it's going inward now. You see what I mean when I say we're having to have a smaller ramp. So you bring it down. And now you can see that we've decreased the ramp a lot in size, but not a lot in width, and it actually looks a lot more like a mountain now. Actually, this side looks a lot more like a mountain. Yeah, so if you've seen, we've decreased this ramp in height a little bit here. Not too much, because I didn't want too much. But, and I'm working on this last little peak right here. Last little hard edge. One more little hard edge here. I gotta get rid of that. It's all about fine-tuning your jump. I gotta get rid of that guy. Now you see that we've got like a little bit of a bumpiness going on here. Now that's fine. All we need to do is do a little flattening. At least I think the flattening tool is the one we gotta use. But I know it's gotta be really low setting. Oh yeah, so you see that that's exactly what we want to use. But we need that height on the jump. See, I think probably 7's pretty good. And then we're gonna go reduce the height, and we're gonna make flat, 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 and it's still arcing upward. They're not flattening it out. So what you're starting to see is that we do have our flat thing. They've got this weird ass bump right here because it comes from flattening a hillside. And so what you want to do with the bump is you just want to re-smooth this out. And just do a light through it too, or else you're going to be right back to where you started with a shit fucking mess. So now you can see that we've shortened our map. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so we probably shortened our jump by at least 2 feet. So we'll see how well that works now. Again, we're not trying for super hick. We're not trying for professional. We're going for super hick. So if it's a little bumpy, if it's a little whatever, that's fine. That's how mud it is. It's not, smooth sailing. That was my shit driving. So you guys see it was not as flat as I wanted it to be. There's obviously some bumps there. I want to move our testing car. And I want to try it just going up straight to see exactly where the bumps are. Now I probably think I know where they are. Again, I don't know why they do this with the whole car thing. It's a shit car. So like I thought, it's at the top, and we're having a pain in the ass with this. So the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and, believe it or not, I'm actually, I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try it. Try remaking the actual ramp there, and put the ramp at the base of the old ramp there. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Yes! Can you see that? Nice. And we still keep that weathered look around the mountain. That's cool too. We'll have to smooth out some of the features along the edges, but everything else is pretty cool. Now let's go back in our quest car and try that once more. Alright, we're definitely going to have to smooth the base out of the mountain. This is what I was talking about when you're smoothing your land, make sure you don't create like a instant stop, and that's what I just did with combining the ramps. So all that takes is just a bit of smoothing out. And as you can see, we're pretty much, I think I just smoothed everything out there. So if you look at it from here, you can see I smoothed it all for everyone, so it's nice and don't like that corner. Let's try now. Alright, no problem going up the hill. Alright, so we didn't nosedive, which means I had enough speed to maintain the car. Which is good. And I want to try, now I want to try putting the car back again and seeing how much speed I can get on my own. Because you're going to have some people who, you're going to have some people who you're going to have some people who rush this whole thing. You're going to have some people who go right up to the line and they wait and then just run. See, your jump has to be able to acclimatize both those people. That's probably as perfect as I can get it. Bam, right there. Right here. Where's right here on the Mapmaker? Okay, so that's not bad. So what we'll do is right now we're going to make our, we're going to make it right now since we know where the hole is. We're going to raise lower land. It's going to be a square piece to help people with their issues. So we're going to only keep it at, now that piece is 25, the top of the hill. So we got to at least have it at 25 because there's an extra 15 feet. So have it at 25, and we'll see if we can actually land on this now. That'll be fun if we can. Because we don't want the car exploding. So. Perfect run. Oh, we barely hit it. Okay, so that means we're gonna have to hold on, I got a text. Oh, so what that pretty much means is we're going to have to put a second one behind there, and then probably a third or fourth. Yeah, so actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, I know where there it is, but I'm going to delete because I only thought I was going to have to put one there, but what I'll end up doing is I'll end up putting like a whole mess of circles. We'll do a massive, wider circle terrain spike, so we won't have to do any of that. So we'll go to raise lower first. And I know where it's going to be. I'm going to mark my marker here, and it's pretty much right there. So I know where it's going to be. So we're going to just say undo. The marker was pretty much right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to circles, and then we're going to make it more massive. So they should be able to get past this. And we're going to bam right that up there. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it this way, and it's going to end up going underneath the ground, right starting here. It's going to go underground all the way here. It's going to ground all the way here. It's going to pop up here, and then it's going to be a race, just a straight edge race line with fireworks right to the finish. So, and then that'll be pretty much our map. We'll have to add in details and stuff, but that's all it for the land work. Alright, so we're going to try jumping that, and obviously I don't think we're having any problems landing on it, because I made it really wide, probably a little wider than it has to be, but again, you want people to have challenge in your maps, but you also want people to have fun. If someone falls off this thing, you know, they're going to be coming up to like, oh my god, this is crazy, and then they fall off and they're just gonna get pissed and quit my map, and I just don't want that. So what I've done is just, there we go. Let's see. Do we land? Do we land? Do we land? And do we stay? Survive? Yeah. It hurt our car, but we are alive. Yeah, actually, I think we landed probably right here. It was just good enough. I don't know if someone were to just like hop off of that, if they were to just fall underneath. But they probably were. Alright, let's go back up here now. They're gonna have to build up some speed to get up there. But now we have to make our ramp down, and we have to create our, I'm satisfied with the ramps. We're gonna smooth all this after. I'm gonna smooth it later. Probably not on stream, because you guys don't need to see that. You've seen me smooth already. It's just tedious, so we'll just continue with the map. So what we'll do is we're going to make our ramp now, and like 3, and what I want to do is I want to push it to, actually let's cancel making it there. I'd rather make it here, start ramp, and then push it to probably, I should push it right here, and then we'll come over with a pathway to, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a new road, because that canyon separated our last one, so we're going to have to end up making a new road. And before I make that new road, I'm going to add in our underground feature. So with that being said, we're going to have an underground feature, and the best way to do underground driving terrain, if you want to do rivers or lakes, the bump dig tool is the way you want to go. If you want to do caves, and that, the bump dig tool and the raise and lower lands is good to go. But if you want to do just like underground tunnel or some kind of driving thing, the only thing to use is the raise and lower tool, because that thing creates a flat surface. And our underground tunnel is going to have pretty much a flat surface. I ain't going to, sucker a driver into a horrible experience in an underground tunnel, because some of them get like really bumpy, because if you don't do it right, and then your car can break, or you get stuck on a shitty rock, I'm not going to let that happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to use the raise and lower tool, and we're only going to make it very small, just small enough for the car to get through. And we'll have to, actually I want to find our test car and put this circle above it and see if it's big enough. Oh yeah, it's just big enough. Alright, we'll keep it this size, so we'll keep it at a 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, turn. We're going to have the road come off here. We're going to turn, and it's going to go right here, right into the underground. So there's going to be a ramp. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with circles. I was thinking about doing a square. But, and now, oh shit, we went down deep, didn't we? Let's keep it deep. Deep's kind of cool. And see, so what's great about the raise lower tool is that it instantly lowers the land. Instantaneously. Unlike the dig tool where it just digs at the land, this lowers the land. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. And we're going to do some twists. We're going to do some turns. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stop right here. And I'm going to create actually a ramp from the top of this thing down to the bottom of this thing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ramp this. Right now, I think we'll do a 6 ramp. Bam, and then we'll put it down here. Bam, so that it's coming out of the abyss into the clouds. Let's go take a look at this. Yeah, it looks pretty crazy, pretty gnarly, an underground little area. What I'm gonna end up doing is ending up covering this whole complete basin with a rock. So what we'll do is we're gonna find a rock now. Actually, I'm gonna make the path here. So what we're gonna do is make our other ramp. We're gonna start it here, and we're going to push it to probably there, just to give the players enough time to go. We'll start our rock formation probably here. And then we'll put torches in for light if we need to. It'll be kind of like a cool torch underground kind of thing. But I know it's all torches somewhere. I just gotta find out where they are. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to run the road through this whole thing. Oh no, we probably won't. We'll probably just start running, because I think we got enough road left. We could run the road through the whole thing, but that would be a pain in the ass. But since we got 6 left, I don't need to worry about that. Go down to mud 2, which is the one we've been using. Start off right at the edge of the cliff here. And we're going to make the nice wide turns. You know, I'm a favorite of turning turns. So we're going to make it pretty fun for these guys. And, have it start going down inside there. And we're actually going to move it more towards the middle. So like I said, you can very well see how I could just put the road down in there, but I'm not. I'm just going to get a new road and pull it out. So we'll start from like down here. Oh, we gotta select the road first. Mud 2. Oh, that's gravel dart. Hold on. Mud 2. There we go. There's Mud 2. Start down here. Work our way up. And then this path's gonna be here with us all the way to the finish line, which is gonna be right here. Now we're also gonna width that really wide. And so all I'm going to do right now is I'm not really going to fuck with the inside of this pit. Oh my god, there's a hole here. Please tell me there's no holes anywhere else. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to put like a fence or something. Just something so I can drive over. So we are making our canyon. And right now I'm trying to find torches. So let's look for torches now, because I'm kind of inspired myself to do that fire barrel. So we have the effect of a fire torch, but not the actual torch itself. I want to keep that there. Where do you think torch would be in, guys? The flare might be something I could put, just like stick in the walls. But also look at Far Cry Primal. Primal may have a torch. Huh. Fire torch left. Fire torch long left. Pillar large left. Oh. Torch long here, that's all I wanted. Alright, we're going to put a bunch of these throughout the encampment. So we're just delete these other two animations here. Boom. Boom. And what I'm going to do is we're going to raise these up. And we're actually going to keep our phone locked here, our screen locked, so there's no bullshit. And we're going to turn them this way. I gotta unlock the camera. I have to see where they're... Now this is part of the map making. I think it's really tedious, but imagine how this is going to look when it's all done. Just imagine. But before I continue, I want to see if the torches actually do anything. Because if they don't, I'm just not going to put them in there. But I have to add rocks. So what I have to do is I have to go to Far Cry 5, Objects. Actually, I don't even have to go Far Cry, I can go to Nature. Rocks. And now we have to find some rocks that, I just pretty much want a solid flat rock. Alright, so complete actually covers up my hole rather than... Alright, so you can indeed see over it. I don't like that. You know, I just think we'll stick with the canyon. The fire torch idea was pretty cool. I may still do the fire torch idea, but I don't think I'm going to put any rocks on. Maybe I will. The idea is pretty sound, but look how much I have to do, man. This would be a pain in my ass. No, I don't think I will. I've got a lot of other maps to make, and yeah, I can tell you right now that I'll definitely do another map like this, another underground caravan map. But I was thinking about doing an underground bunker map too, and I was thinking about doing a tunnel map. So I have more chances to use that cool little design. What I am going to do, I think those I'm still going to cover it, because I want it to be underground, and it's not underground if you can see the stars, so let's find a new rock. Yeah, see, I can't use a rock that... Now, as you can see, we're just doing patch the hole right here. And what I'll do is I'll go through later, or I'll go through after I end the stream here, and then and see if it's too high or if I missed any holes or. So a good thing to do once you get a lot of this shit. I kind of fucked it up there. Alright, so I think there's one more straight line over here that I want to get. And one more. Again, you don't really gotta worry about this. You just wanna you don't want to worry about people seeing that because they're not going to see that. Oops. Holy shit. It's like every one. So now we're doing is we're going to grab our tester car. We're actually completed the match there. Completed the rest of that map. Well, that is pretty much it after the underground part. That is pretty much it. I wish we could actually get some mud splatter effects going. That'd be amazing. And I did want to make a river on this map, but you know. Scrubbed up there. This has to be smoothed. Alright. Third time's the charm. We have to increase the size of that down ramp because okay. So we went through it, it works. Cooper's got to be really tight, and the charges on the corners are too tight, and they just gotta build up charge. Okay. So this is pretty much our basic map. I don't think anything's changed. I think I'm going to end the stream here because the next is just details, and I will definitely also do I've got to make a map tour of my game reserve, and I'll also be making a map tour of this map once it's finished. But this is the basics, so we'll do a quick little gap in here. We got the starting line, or the starting cars, and then we have the starting line thing over here. We got our first ramp. We're going to put some objects in here, so they got to do some dipping, dodging. Turn around the tower, go straight through our mud and river. When they're going to come out of that, they go straight through the hay barn, over the bumps. And we go over here, and we have our ramps. So jump 1, jump 2, jump 3, jump 4, and we come up all the way around this. All the way around up here, across there, over here, lands down here, exits right about here, and then down into the dungeon area. Down here. What do we got to see here? Boop, boop, boop. I think there's any other ones. We got the whole thing over here. It comes up right here. And then I'm going to have fireworks and stuff all the way around here. And then the finish line with the marker right here. Well, everyone, thanks for bearing with me on this one. This is a very tiring build, especially since I started at probably like 5:30 in the morning. So it's just very, very tiring for me. But I think it's going to be pretty badass. I'm loving the basic concept. I can't wait till I get all the little nicks and knacks in there. Well, I will see you guys again later. Always remember, save your maps. Save, 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 save.